Well, 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 hello, fuckers. Can you hear me out there? Um, hello, fuckers. Hold on a second. Can you hear me? Hey, everyone. Happy Friday, March 7th. I decided to go rogue tonight. I've been wanting to go live for a little bit. And it's been a while, and there are some things we're going to talk about and catch up on. Hey, anyone that's out there, give me a minute to get adjusted here. Hold on. Okay, so first of all, I'm hoping it sounds good out there, fuckers. I've been spending the past month working on production stuff, and I got a microphone. So if we have any audio files or any audio engineers, if you want to let me know how it's sounding, I got a real microphone. Hooray. So I thought I would go on at 3:15 a.m. Hopefully while no one's around to test it out and see how it works. So I hope it works. I hope it's turned up. So yeah, I've been working on production stuff. I didn't go live at all last month, February. I've been really busy doing things. Let's talk about that for a minute and catch up on real life. I've been hibernating because it's winter and February is the worst month. So I have been curled up in a ball sleeping like a bear, but not a polar bear. Because, oh my gosh, I watched this documentary a couple weeks ago on BBC. It's about the polar bears of Manitoba. Oh my gosh, I'm not a polar bear. Definitely not. But I hibernate in the winter, so I've been wearing sweats for the past month and doing really important things like sleeping and taking naps and taking care of myself and waking up to eat and work and then getting cozy back in the bed in a ball fetal position because it's fucking winter. February is the worst month. So yeah, that's kind of what I've been occupied with. Other than taking care of real life shit because people decide to go real life on me and think, they could get away with shit. So because people went real life on me, I've been doing real life stuff. That's not fun. I'd rather be doing fun stuff, but shit you gotta take care of, because people, I gotta go real life. So I've been taking care of real life shit. Other things I've been doing, I've been working on projects. We won't get into a lot of the specifics of certain projects because one is an art project. Yes, it's an art project. And that one, there's another live coming about that. So we'll talk about That and just to mention a little bit around that, I could only mention so much about that special art project, because I have to stick to a script. So, we'll talk about that because we're gonna talk about art, and I am really interested to know what people think about art. It's important. Um, so people want real life. I had to take care of real life shit. Part of that, again, I haven't been going live. I've been having to take care of a lot of production shit because I don't have a team. I'm a one person. I don't have anyone working for me. I'm in the trenches by myself. So, I had a live sitting there, and as I was gonna get ready to go live, StreamYards updated everything, and I had to relearn the UI and new functionality, which is fun, but not when you're, like, live on air or streaming, figuring that shit out, so I've been kind of relearning StreamYard. And while we're talking about StreamYard, yeah, I was kind of so this is what has been really bothering me, since the last live I did in January because people decide to go real life on me, is that oh gosh, I'm gonna say it, you know, I have been holding my lips tight. Some people like to flap their lips and their gums and fabricate things and lie and all this stuff, but I don't. So I'm going to be honest. So I really wanted to go live tonight to get a few things off my chest. And one of those is that, I've been wanting to go live really badly. Um, and why I'm really mad and upset is because I've been fucking paying for StreamYards and I haven't been going live. So I want to elevate that by saying, since, you know, I have to be fiscally responsible. If I'm spending money, I should use it, blah, blah, blah. I'm also upping the ante. I have 2 seats available. When I say 2 seats, like your own seats, your own admin, do whatever you want. So that's the other side of, like, things I've been working on, production. I was like, "Oh, I was a dum-dum and decided to pay for a year of StreamYards. I was figuring things out. Real life got in the way. But now I'm going to share 2 extra StreamYard seats if anyone wants them. So that's that. There you go. And with that, I want to encourage girls to the front. I've said it before. If you know, you know. If you don't, get the fuck out of here. And for you fake bitches that are like, oh, girls to the front, girls to the front, who are kicking the girls and saying stupid shit about them, you don't know what girls to the front is. So sit the fuck down and listen. Um, because women don't do that to other women, especially over dumb, stupid guys. Really. People are fighting because of a stupid guy. Think about it. You women are believing stuff a stupid guy says, and then you're throwing other women under the bus because yeah. So girls to the front, fucking real women don't put other women down. Go fuck yourselves in the high horse you rode in on, or, jump around on your butt plug, whatever makes you happy. That's your prerogative. Um, but yeah, girls to the front, 2 extra seats for women. This is where we kind of circle back to scissors. Anyone? Scissors? We were challenged to make YouTube great. And so welcome to 2025, where girls to the front, scissor takeover. We're going to take it to the edge, living on the edge. I hope the audio sounds okay. I don't know. Do I need to turn my mic up or down? Let's see. Let's turn it this way. What happens when I go this way? Does that sound okay? No. I muted myself. Ooh, it goes this way. Is that too loud? Is that good? I don't know. Anywho, so yeah, girls, women, stop caping for a stupid wannabe man. Really. Okay, so yeah, busy production, and in between that, and then StreamYards. Oh, yeah. So one of the other things I've been getting ready for is I am traveling. I travel, I go on location, I do shoots. Shh, don't tell anyone. We'll talk about an art project I've been working on, but again, I can't give away a lot of information about that art project. Super, CIA concealed stuff. Shh, we'll get there. But yeah, so I'll be traveling 2 weeks. I've been trying to get my paperwork and everything ready for that because I'm going to need a visa. Last time I needed a visa was, I don't know, 16 years ago or something when I went to Australia. So, doing that visa stuff is not fun. Paperwork. Yeah, real life. Real life fun paperwork gets in the way. So I am going to New Zealand in 2 weeks. So that's what I'm gonna be doing. So I've been getting ready for that. Um, you know, just getting my travel ready. Next month, I'm thinking I'm gonna be in Europe again, maybe in Germany, in Deutschland. So yeah, I'm just trying to figure things out and get ready for my travels. It'll be fun. I've never been to New Zealand before. It's a long ass way to go, but it'll be worth it. And going south of the equator is really kind of fascinating and fun and interesting. The sun is definitely different in the southern hemisphere. Um, the still that this live was thumbnailed with is it wasn't the last time I was in the southern hemisphere, but um, New Zealand is an island country. I love island countries, they're fun. So it kind of made me think of the last time I was in an island country. So that opening thumbnail is when I was in French Polynesia 'cause that's the closest I was to New Zealand. So I'm just getting ready, a different kind of state of mind, frame of mind. It's gonna be going from summer to autumn. I'm gonna miss the, equinox, the first day of spring here in the Northern Hemisphere, turns into autumn, but the weather will be nice. It'll be in the 70s. I'll take that over this Michigan shit we've had. I don't know, it dumped back into the 30s again. It was 50s the past 2 days. Had a little bit of hope with some sunshine, but, then the snow decided to come overnight, and Mother Nature was like, 20 degrees, here you go." But, yeah, at least it'll be, turning to autumn in New Zealand, so it's always fun going on the other side of the equator. Always, interesting with time travel too. This is gonna be like, I've been past the international date line before, obviously, because 'cause I've been to Australia, but New Zealand is the first country, or I think, um, first nation observing the first time zone in the international date line, so I'm gonna be, like, living in tomorrow on the first date line, first time zone? I don't know, time travel is crazy. Coming back from Australia, it was crazy living the same day for 48 fucking hours. It's like, yeah. Yeah. So, I'm excited. So, New Zealand, Kiwis, here I come. Prepare yourselves. I'm trying to decide, on a couple things, I don't know. Um But the most important thing for me in, traveling, especially going to really, really far places across the world, I don't wanna say remote. New Zealand isn't too remote compared to other places I've been to, but, like, part of the paperwork and stuff you have to take care of when you travel is make sure you have travel insurance. Highly suggest it, recommend it. The ease of knowing if anything happens, you have more oftentimes than not over 100% coverage of whatever you need to take care of. I'm not shitting you. Um, but like, yeah, I had to get my travel insurance, and that determines what I can and can't do, and should and shouldn't do. Can, can't, should and shanty. Um, but yeah, so travel insurance, you would think would cover a lot more, which it does, but it still doesn't cover things that you might intend to do when you travel. That's primarily aimed for any adventure travelers out there. Like if you're going to go skydiving or even jet skiing, certain sports they consider high risk. If something happens, the insurance will still not cover you, but that's also life insurance, just so you know. If you die doing anything high risk, that your life insurance will not pay out. So, here are a couple life lessons, adult tips 101. Um, so I've been doing production things, trying to catch up on StreamYards, a special art project, getting ready for travel. Uh, yeah, it's just been kind of fun watching what's happening on YouTube too. y'all are self-imploding on yourself, like, taking the knives out of the backs of, like, your best friends and stabbing them and shielding some rando dude, and I don't know, and, like, using scissor lifts, but, like, scissors, girls to the front, but all this shit was taken already. Oh gosh. Um, no, I didn't need a visa when I went to Amsterdam. I stopped in Amsterdam leaving Vienna. No, I stopped into Amsterdam on my way to Vienna because you have to typically connect through a huge hub in Europe. But you don't need visa for the EU or the Schengen countries. So, no, I didn't need a visa. But talking about visas, I am other things I've been working on. I've been working on my Polish citizenships. I could get my Polish passport. So there's that. I found my paternal grandmother's Polish passport and I need that. So I'm going to start working on that. Um, yeah. So I won't even need to stand in the long line when I go to Europe after that. That'll be nice. Um, so yeah, no visas for Europe. Yeah. Who knows what will happen? The EU will probably start pulling that shit because of Trump and what Trump is doing, um, around the world. Other countries don't like that. Um, and then it starts going tit for tat when you start constraining or restraining immigration and visa and how tourists, or not even tourists, but people who hold, valid citizenships to live in certain countries can what they can do and where they could go. So travel, everyone, while you can. Um, it's nice to be migrant. It's nice to be an immigrant. Yeah, and that's one thing I was concerned with when I'm filling out my visa for New Zealand. Typical visa passport questions, your passport number, where you hold your citizenship, but typical questions that are also reflected on your passport, country you're born in, city you were born in, date of birth, blah, 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 blah. So I had been getting ready to fill out the visa for New Zealand, and you had to select, well, where was your country of birth? So I went looking for my country of birth, and it didn't exist. So after that point, I stopped filling out the visa because I'm like, fuck, I have to pick a country that's not my country I was born in, but the country I was born in does not exist. So yeah, immigrant problems. Um, boy, I'm privileged though. I can say first world problems. Absolutely. At least I have a passport. At least I use it. At least I travel. At least I'm not like born and raised breed that's ever just stayed wherever, I was birthed. Boring. Those are boring motherfuckers. Don't ever hang out with those motherfuckers. No. But anyways. So I had one other goal for this live. Um, and we'll see if I'll accomplish it. I do have one troll in here. I have hate watchers. Any kind of watcher, any kind of publicity is better than no publicity. Which again, I wish I could talk about my other production stuff and my art project I have happening right now, but I guess I could talk about a little bit about other projects I have going on, you know. So I am doing an event with a good friend of mine who I'm so fucking lucky to have. And we get to play music. I know we're gonna play music. It's gonna be girls playing music. So, yeah, I have a lot of projects going. It's like famine or feast, feast or famine. But it just sucks when projects, especially if there are any like creatives out there, YouTube content creators who create things, I don't know, whatever. But like artists, writers, visual artists, any median. I'm gonna save the art talk for the other art live because that's part of my art project. I can't give away too much of my art project. But yeah, gonna do an event. There's gonna be live music. I might play. What else could I share with it? Because it's like IP. And that's the hard part about balancing like being my real authentic self and on YouTube and people doxing you and going real life and doing whatever they could to find whatever. I've always been fairly an open book, but I think it's funny, you know. Yeah, I'm gonna play a show. Ooh. How many of you have ever played a fucking show? How many of you? How many of you who have a room full of instruments that were whining and bitching about a woman on a stage? Not only one woman, it was like a stage full of women. And we'll talk about that project another time too, because you guys don't fucking know shit about shit. But how many of you people that were bitching about it have ever, like, other than picked up the guitar behind you to like jack off to fucking whatever you think you could rock and roll guitar to, actually been on a fucking stage? Yeah? Yeah? Cool, you've been on a scissor lift. Cool, you've been in a paramedic truck, you know? Like, yeah, girls to the front, bitches. You peasly, measly little peon men bitching about women on a stage with a room full of gear haven't even been on a fucking stage before. Tell me about your music projects. We'll talk about a music another day. But yeah, I'm doing a bunch of shit and I've been busy with real life. And that consists of more of, than me just sitting with guitars behind me or hiding behind a screen. I don't know. I'm a real person, you know. So we can talk about that another day. I would love for people to come up and ask me questions. Um, I am from Hollywood. I understand a lot more of what it takes to fucking create anything than most of you trolls that sit on a keyboard and get microphones and turn yourselves up to 200%. Yeah, whatever. Go grab your guitars and stroke them right now. It might feel good. Stroke your egos, you know. So, anywho, a lot of projects. With that, let's take a little musical break, because you gotta keep people on their toes sometimes. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll play something I wrote. Maybe I'll play something I performed. Okay. So I'm almost at the goal that I want to accomplish for this live. A couple of things I want to get back to. Um, I was talking about some projects and some work, and I mentioned IP. When I say IP, most people think of protocol, but intellectual property. So there's a lot that I can't talk about. IP does go into copyright too. So there's a lot of production stuff behind the scenes, have to be very particular with. And with that, it's interesting because some people decided to go real life. And in going real life, I think people are so either dull or naive enough to believe that people don't have what might be called stage names or nom de plume, pen names, or like artist names, which I've talked about that before. Again, I don't want to get into this art thing, but yeah, I have an artist name. I have a pseudonym. I have quite a few pseudonyms. And luckily, you dumbasses haven't figured out which one I use yet. So, yeah, you're not going to find my shit. I know y'all were like, oh, let's go see if we could go dig up something about her. Have fun. But while we were on this little musical interlude, I was looking for, my music I might want to share with you or can or should share with you. And yeah, it's underground shit. You guys aren't going to be able to find it, the good stuff. But like I said, we're going to talk about music another day. So I'm almost to my goal here. And I knew, yeah, Prime, I was talking about Manitoba. Because I was talking about the polar bears. Let me drop this link for this documentary. It's really good. I don't know how, first of all, anyone could live where it's so damn cold. I really hope that, this is weird. Where did it go? Here it is. You have to beware of bears like every day. I've been working on my accents. That's the other thing I've been doing for the past month and a half. I've been working on my linguistic skills, and I've been doing accent and dialect work. Really fun for profiling, forensic profiling, or psycholinguistics, sociolinguistics. But yeah, those polar bears in Manitoba, yeah. Oof. Let's talk about it. I don't know how you guys would that's scary having to live with polar bears. And you can't do anything to them. So you gotta have polar bear protection. But the reason why I was talking about polar bears, Prime, in Manitoba, I'm really trying to work on my accent. Is because I've been hibernating, right? I said I was a bear. I've been hibernating, but I'm not a polar bear. I'm not a polar bear about the ones in Manitoba. That's gnarly. You need to watch that documentary. But I just love, this is why I love, oh, Canada. I do really love Canada. I do. But build that wall. Build the wall. Do not let the Canadians in. You keep your bears over there. Keep your bears over there. Because you guys really do protect those little big animals. And it makes me sad to see them floating away in the icebergs and they can't come back. But yeah, at least Canada, like, you can't do anything to those polar bears. Like, you're a fucking sitting duck. That's why I can't live there. And I guess it would be nice being a polar bear because then you can attack humans. And like, humans do deserve it. They do. You have to have a little empathy for the polar bears. But that's why I would not be a polar bear. I'm the kind of bear that hibernates. I think I would like freshwater salmon, go upstream kind of thing where it's nicer weather. Yeah, but how do you guys deal with polar bears, Canada? Ooh, that's gotta be rough, eh? Yeah. So anywho, so yeah, I've been working on some linguistic shit and some accents and really catching up on documentaries. And waiting for the thaw to come. We're gonna hit spring here in the northern hemisphere in 2 weeks, March 20th at 5:03 a.m., which is also known as Nowruz, the Persian New Year. So, yeah, really looking forward to that. Fucking stop hibernating shit. Okay. Is everyone asleep now? I think it's time for bed. So hopefully this new microphone is, did I drop the right link? I hope I dropped the bear. Yeah, that bear link. It's so crazy. You guys go watch that documentary. It's really nuts. I like BBC documentaries. I like CBC. I've been watching a lot of CBC too. Like I said, I do like Canada. I really do. My neighbor next door over here, Ontario, Windsor, right across the river, as Sarah Palin would say, right? Palin? Is that her name? Would say I could see Russia from my backyard. Like, yeah, we could really, I'm being honest, like, I can see Canada from my backyard, I do. I like Canada a lot. Ontario, yeah, that's okay, I guess, honestly, this is gonna be really privileged American speak. Ontario is really good at just like going through to get to Buffalo and Niagara Falls. Toronto, yeah, Toronto's not so bad. I do prefer Montreal. Not a huge fan of Calgary. But yeah, I laugh because to go to Niagara Falls, there's Highway 420. And when we were young teenagers, and yes, I was like 19 years old, because the other luxury about living next to Canada especially Ontario, Windsor, which was like 30 minutes away, is the legal drinking age there was below 21. So, of course, all the Americans went there to drink. But yeah, so like you could go to Niagara Falls, you go to Windsor, whatever. But like as a teenager, 19-year-old going to Niagara Falls, of course, you would laugh at Highway 420. Is it like the Queen's King's Highway? I don't know, because you fucking Canadians have a royalty shit there still. Like, what the fuck? You know? But yeah, Canada's not so bad. I mean, I've lived next to Mexico and I live next to Canada. Like, keep the Canadians out. You know, keep the freaking hockey and the what else? But you know, it's kitschy, like hockey night in Canada. Like, yeah, that Ron Cherry. Is it Ron Cherry? No, something. Don Cherry. With this fucking absurd suits he wears all the time. You're not joking. Oh. Anywho. Yeah, so go watch this BBC documentary. If you can watch. Hey, Glue for You, what's up? If you can watch CBC, I recommend it. For some reason, like 20 years ago, I used to remember, I don't know, maybe I'm just thinking of Radio 1, whatever, like the radio, because we get Canadian radio stations here too. But like, I swear CBC had French, the news was in French. But I also remember, was it Naked News that was on CBC too? Like, the news was so different 20 years ago. Lacrosse is not your national sport. Get out of here, Prime. It's fucking hockey. It's Canada. There's a hockey in Manitoba. Come on. What's a good hockey team over there? The only thing that gets stuck in my head is the Calgary Flames, because I mentioned I used to work in Calgary when I worked for Shaw Cable News, cable network. I used to work in fucking Calgary. Yeah. Fucking Canada. Calgary Flames. Lacrosse is not that's like fucking saying that, like, oh, ice fishing is a national sport of fucking Southern California. Are you kidding me? Lacrosse. No. All right. Anyhow, I'm about to achieve my goal here. So, thanks for tuning in. You know what they say sometimes? You gotta make them sleep, or, make them keep one eye open when they're sleeping. Keep them on their toes, on their piggies. Ladies and gentlemen, and those that are either, neither, or in between, just put a Post-it over your camera too if you don't want a cam slip, or you don't want anyone to ever know what you look like, or just stay off the internet, because someone is bound to find out what you look like, and or some numbnuts out there try to go real life on you. And the funny part is, do you want to hear the funny punny part? There's a funny punny punny part. A really, really funny punny punny part. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Do you want to know what's so funny? Tune in next time and you'll find out. Thanks for coming, fuckers. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. You're cool. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. I'm out of here.